He went in and invaded a country to steal their natural resources, kidnapped the person that was, or took into custody the person that was in charge, placed himself in charge, and somehow ended up with a Nobel Peace Prize for all of this.
This is for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Hello, and welcome to the Think Tank. We use critical thinking, deductive reasoning, just a pinch of common sense to draw unbiased and logical conclusions. Today, we're here to talk about the fact that Trump has been taking pictures with the Nobel Peace Prize, presented to him by Marina Corina Machado's Venezuelan president, now that Maduro is in custody and arrested by Trump, even though Trump is claiming to run Venezuela. We're going to talk about how he ended up with this Peace Prize, why he ended up with this Peace Prize, and did he deserve it? And we're going to do it from the conservative MAGA viewpoint, as going to be presented by my co-host, and I, the resistance to going in and invading other countries and stealing their Peace Prize, and kidnapping their president. But if that's the kind of content you want to hear about, talk about, be a part of, please like, share, subscribe.
I'm District Leader Dion Powell of the Bronx County Conservative Party. I'm a political strategist and community leader, as well as organizing nice center-right points of view for center-right points of view people.
What is the Nobel Peace Prize?
The Nobel Peace Prize is one of the 5 Nobel Prizes established by the will of Swedish industrialist, inventor, and armaments manufacturer Abel Nobel, along with the prizes for chemistry, physics, physiology, or medicine, and what's the last one? And literature. So these are the 5 Nobel Prizes, rather. Peace, chemistry, physics, physiology or medicine, and literature.
Donald Trump covets a Nobel, in particular the Peace Nobel, commonly referred to as the Nobel Peace Prize. What do you think constitutes someone winning a Nobel Peace Prize?
Well, as it says in its definition, someone or some entity that's promoting the end of international conflicts and such. We have previous Nobel Peace Prize recipients like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Wow, you see how I brought it back there, Leo? And we all know what he did, family.
Yes, he fought to stop things from happening like they're happening now in our country.
Oh, God, here we go.
From police randomly being able to point blank shoot somebody in the face and walk away as if nothing happened.
That was not police. So,
okay, federal law enforcement.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, because to the general public, they care about whether it's federal law enforcement and they won't call them police. Because what is the definition of police? Law enforcement?
Tell us, Leo. You have that kind of thing.
You want to split hairs over this. The civil force of a national, dun, 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 or local government.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, the police.
The police.
And with that being said, Donald Trump, well, Donald Trump is the center of this, has ICE, a police force, a federal police force, shooting people point blank in the face and walking away as if nothing happened, committing all types of, guess what, felonies. None of that is legal. You're not able to leave the scene of a crime. I don't care if you're police or not. You're not able to leave the scene of a shooting. I don't care if you're police or not. You shot somebody, you like anybody that's trained knows they have to remain on the scene. I guess maybe the lack of training, incompetency could be used as an excuse for this murder. This is something that Martin Luther King would have stood against, I believe. To think that he would have been okay with this and for it. Renee Good was unarmed. I don't think so. And this is just within the nation. Outside of the nation, Donald Trump has bombed Venezuela. Oh, I'm sorry, he's bombed Venezuela and then took it over, took control of Venezuela. He's bombed Iran. He hasn't solved a single conflict. He says, "Oh, I solved 7 wars," and then it went to 12 or something stupid. He just keeps making up numbers because that's part of his cognitive decline. He can't remember the numbers he said last time. But let's go through some of these wars that he's claimed he solved. There's Israel, which is still fighting. He said he was going to resolve Ukraine. These are day one wars that he was going to survive. We're in year one. There's Pakistan, which they're like, no, he had nothing to do with it. There's the other one in Africa that's not coming to me that is actually more bloody than ever. He has done none of the things that he claims, but that's to be expected when you have somebody who has been making false claims and robbing people as a 34 felonies have claimed since the beginning. Why would somebody like him deserve it? Well, first, how did he get the Nobel Peace Prize?
Well, the opposition leader from Maduro's party in Venezuela received one. And that's a very good question. Why did she receive one in the first place?
Okay, so you're answering a question with a question.
Well, the point is that politically speaking, it would be a good look for her, since Trump did what he did to this guy Maduro, to actually gain his favor and cooperation with another free, fair elected election, because we all love democracy unless Donald Trump wins. So you see, there you have it.
Okay, so why did he deserve a Peace Prize?
Well, number one.
Well, no, I apologize. How did he receive a Peace Prize? My apologies.
How did he receive one, or what?
How did he get a Peace Prize?
Well, she presented him with hers as a gift. Understand?
So he didn't receive one. He was given someone. So let me get this right. I just want to be clear on what you're saying. You're saying he goes and invades this country, declares himself president, and the person who is going against the president that he kidnapped from this country, the person going against the opposition party says, "Take my Peace Prize, please stop, leave us alone."
Well, no, actually. This is kind of like when Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan and gave the WWF championship to then the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. He won the championship, but he said, you know what? This person is more deserving. However, the WWF at the time, I think it was President Jack Tunney, it's like, no, you can't do that. So if anybody has a problem with this, let's go to the Nobel Committee and say, hey, miss, you can't do that. Otherwise, this is a nice symbolism of good faith from one leader of a country, potentially, and a president of the United States of America. Make sense?
Hey, everybody. This is your boy, Leo. You know me. I've been doing commercials for 15 years, television commercials, radio ads, billboards. Now, I'm trying to step it into the big leagues. I want to be an independent filmmaker. I've got the degrees, I've got the experience, and I need your help to make my first independent film, Garrote. So Garrote is Boys in the Hood meets Clue. So these dudes from Brooklyn is trying to buy their drugs to supply the hood. So they go to the mafia stronghold and they purchase their drugs, but one of them turns up dead. And now there's a race to find out who did it. The Godfather's going to send in his hit squad, Squadra Assassina, to take them out. They don't figure out who did it because somebody died on his turf and he's not happy and he can't have stuff like that happening in his business. So please, if you want to show support, my Kickstarter campaign is down in the description box. So he goes and invades this country, and they give him a Nobel Peace Prize afterwards.
No, that's not how it happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, Maduro was a duly unelected, not elected dictator of this country because they voted their way into socialism, but they couldn't vote their way out because now he cheated and he stole the election and became the leader and kept it that way. And there was no way to contest. Many Venezuelans fled the country as a result and now in America illegally, thanks to Joe Biden's administration. So now President Trump yoinked him out after a $50 million bounty and threw him in Brooklyn. So now the opposition leader of the other political party that lost, it's like, wow, we're going to have another free election. America actually intervened. Let me give him my Peace Prize because we have been relieved from this political dictator. There you go, Mr. Trump. Thanks a lot. Sounds great to me. America first, America only.
Sounds like you missed a couple of things.
What did I miss?
Well, the reason he went in was because he wanted control of the oil. So he went in to steal that.
Peace Prize. Has nothing to do with this Peace Prize.
So he went in and invaded a country to steal their.
Has nothing to do with this.
He went in and invaded a country to. He went in and invaded a country to steal their natural resources, kidnapped the person that was, or took into custody the person that was in charge, placed himself in charge, and somehow ended up with a Nobel Peace Prize for all of this. Is that not a very detailed description of the exact order of events?
Well, that's more reasoning behind the order of events.
What's reasoning?
The point is this. This woman who got a Nobel Peace Prize, I think we should explore why she got it. And number two, the reasoning she gave it to him, I just outlined. But the question is...
Hold on, wait. So wait. I got it, because you're saying things. Let's break that down. So you want to explore why she got it. So you want to go to the committee that granted it because you don't think she deserved it. But this is the same committee you want to go to and say, can she give it to Donald Trump?
Okay. Now, the reason why Machado won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize under Donald Trump is because her ties were promoting democracy and Venezuela. That makes sense because Venezuela, internationally, they feel as though there was no democracy. This man got elected. So, wow, what a coincidence.
The coincidence is that Donald Trump started stealing oil tankers before he invaded. Did she deserve a Nobel Peace?
Nothing to do with the Peace Prize.
Well, it has everything to do with it because he invaded the country and was reciprocated with a Nobel Peace Prize for doing so. I don't think, in my humble opinion, that without having her arm twisted, she would have presented. We don't know because unlike almost everything that Donald Trump has ever done since he's been president, this wasn't done on camera. That sounds like a red flag to me. I'm just a casual observer. There was no, where was the grand ceremony where he was presented this Peace Prize? This is Donald Trump we're talking about, right? Trump being Trump, there would have been a great ceremony if he was getting this Peace Prize. Why wasn't this done on camera? What was being hidden? What promises were made? What promises will not be kept?
God.
Yeah, dramatic, I know it. But it's dramatic or not, it's the facts. The question is, why does she feel he deserved a Peace Prize? That was your question? The answer is we don't know because it wasn't done on camera. Uncharacteristic of our declining mental health executive branch dictator, we don't know what was said because this is the first time that anything has been given to Donald Trump since he's been in office where he didn't want it public and on camera. Now, why it matters. If you invade someone's country, the obvious response is probably not to give you a Nobel Peace Prize for it. But he's been wanting this prize and demanding this prize when she wanted to offer the prize to him before his invasion, he wouldn't take it. She was trying to protect her country. He took the country anyway, declared himself the leader of the country, and got a Nobel Peace Prize because of now there's a democracy, but he declared himself the king. I'm sorry, the person in charge of the country. What would you call that? King? Well, if you got a better term, I'd love to hear it. But he declared himself in charge. So what term would you use rather than king?
liberator of the Venezuelan people, who majority of which are happy, among others surrounding South American countries. It's like, hey, Mr. President, we're in Nicaragua. Come over here and do that as well.
I believe the actual thing that's actually happening is the other countries are terrified, like, oh, if he can run into there, he can run into here. And they do not want the United States running and taking over their country as they're threatening to do with Cuba, because Cuba, like what other countries is that Greenland are also being threatened. Cuba is now being threatened. We've got other countries in the Caribbean being threatened. Donald Trump is a wartime criminal because he's, bombing vessels on the open sea. He is not about peace. He's about colonialism. Or do you have a different word for it that you would like to use?
Well, the saying on this side of the street is peace comes through strength. I believe, just like his predecessor, Uncle Teddy Roosevelt, who said, walk soft and carry big stick, that peace comes through strength. Now, he shows some strength, and now we got some peace. He deserves a prize.
So you believe because he's an imperialist, that he has an imperialistic nature, that he wants to take over sovereign nations, and he's willing to do it through colonialist strategies, such as using military to invade, which is the definition, because colonialism is actually the part of imperialism where you send in the military. So you believe because of his imperialistic nature and his colonialist mindset that he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize?
I wouldn't label it as such. I just label his mindset as peace comes through strength. And yes, he definitely deserves the Nobel Peace Prize for what happened in his first administration with no global scale major military conflicts. Thank you.
So he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for something that happened over a decade ago. Meanwhile, you don't consider you consider peace through strength, going in and invading, sending in the military, killing people from another country, and taking hostage their leader. You consider that peace? That's peace? Well, Jesus Christ, I would like to. Oh, I use Jesus Christ, Reverend Martin Luther King. I would love to hear what you would call war. Oh, maybe that's what's about to happen when he goes into Greenland, right?
Well, again,
Maybe that's what's happening in the streets of America when all you got to do is not follow the exact directions of the police immediately, because then, you can get shot in the face point blank 3 or 4 times. Maybe that's peace to you.
well, we're drifting away from the point, which is that
We're not. We're talking about the Peace Prize.
The Peace
These
Prize.
are all things that happened under Trump while he's while he's getting a Nobel Peace Prize. So we're not drifting away from the point. This is the point.
She doesn't feel the same way you do, and that's why she did what she did.
I personally think she was terrified. I think she had no choice. I think that now that Trump is the leader of her country, she's doing anything she can to stop herself from being next on his kidnapping list.
Beautiful to me, because again, the democracy of it, the people of Venezuela, majority, feel the same way she does.
So in your opinion, they want Donald Trump in charge. That's what you honestly believe.
Just like in 2024, the majority of America did, even the Electoral College. So that's that democracy, the danger of democracy, Socrates would say.
So you believe that the democracy of Venezuela wanted an invasion by the United States?
Yes.
So why bother having an opposition party if all they wanted was to be invaded? So this is MAGA, America First, and you're saying that this country wanted to be invaded. I think that's the end of this episode.
They wanted the removal of their dictator who was not duly elected. Yes.
So then Donald Trump declares himself leader and takes their natural resources. That's what they wanted? That's what they wanted?
Well, again, to prevent Russia, China, and other countries from exploiting it and cooperating with an unelected dictator. That makes sense to a lot of them and a lot of us.
Well, the rest of the world, the United Nations, even Russia and China, everybody, the rest of Europe,
countries.
all of Europe, all of the UK, every country in the world says that Donald Trump should not be stealing their natural resources. And that is not a reason I would think that the potential leader of a country will give you a Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, thank you for taking our stuff. Thank you for taking the one thing that makes us rich. We're one of the most prominent suppliers internationally, globally. Thank you for taking our stuff from us. Oh, we love you so much, Donald Trump. Here's a prize for stealing from us. And if you believe that, that's America first for you.
Sometimes America only.
Well, I guess that's it for this episode. We see how y'all feel about it. Thank you for your reactions.
And most importantly, we are the media now, and so are you. So please share this content and make your own comments and actually fact check us if need be. That way the algorithm will pay attention to all of us as we try to replace the legacy mainstream media.
Thank you, Dion. Very eloquent, very well put. I appreciate that.
I try. Wordsmith.
Let's get it. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. This is Leo and Dion signing out.